to talk to you guys about chapter 8 and 9 of You Are a Badass. I know I've been slacking for a little bit, but we're back. I was still reading it, okay? I just didn't have enough time to record everything because we had a lot of good stuff going on in the business. But anyways, let me focus. So in this one, she talks about the power of giving, which for me was awesome because I don't know if you guys can relate to this. I get so excited when I buy a gift for somebody that I can't even hide like what I bought them. Like I just can't freaking wait for them to just open the gift and to see like their excitement about what I just got to them. And I totally understand what she's saying because she talks about the power of giving is so strong that the excitement, the good feelings are usually greater for the giver than the receiver. Which in a different way, like in a different point of view, that's why like whenever you start living a lifestyle, when you can build your life in a way where you're consistently sharing your gifts with other people, that's when you feel the best. That's when you feel like a rock star. That's when you feel like you're actually living in purpose, right? Living with the purpose that God has put you in this world for. So every single person is born with a unique set of talents and gifts. And a lot of us like spend our whole life, or not, I don't know, most of us, but a lot of us definitely spend many years trying to figure out what is our calling, what we were made to be in this world for, what is our purpose. And she gives a couple tips on how to get clear about who you are and what your calling is. So I'm going to go over her little step by step. So number one, she gives a little exercise that's called Be the Alien, which is kind of crazy, but it does make sense. So on Be the Alien, she's talking about, imagine that you're just like an alien floating in space and you decide to inhabit this body. And now you don't know anything about your past, right? Like you're not aware of your traumas, the risks that you had, all those things that have been blocking you for so long. You're just like a brand new person, and now you're trying to figure out what this body that you inhabited is good at, what is their talents, what is the things that they love to do, that they're passionate about doing, what is all their connections that they have to other people, the opportunities that they already have around them. So that makes sense, right? It's like taking a new take on your life, right? Forgetting all the traumas and all the things that have been blocking you for so long, and just trying to observe exactly what are the things that you feel the most passionate about? Like what things that when you do, you just feel like your energy is recharged, you feel like you're connected to God or source energy or the universe, whatever you want to call it, with your beliefs. But it's like the first step to start figuring out those things, which I think is a great exercise. Sounds crazy, but it works. Number two, she talks about taking the first step, okay? You don't have to know exactly like the whole journey, right? You just got to take the first step. A lot of people, they look in front of them, they have like a certain goal right there, and they want to know exactly what is the 30,000 steps is going to take them together, and that instantly blocks them from even taking the first one. So if you knew how everything was going to go, you would already achieved it. So the best tip that she gives on number two is to take the first step, just start doing things that feel right, one after the other. Listen to your intuition, right? And just see where that first step is gonna take you after, okay? Most answers, this is a good quote that she ends number two with, saying, most answers reveal themselves through doing it, not through thinking about it. So take the first step, take action. Number three is do your best wherever you are. So here she's talking about like a lot of times we have like this dream life that we envision, the dream job, the dream income, and a lot of people just get real shitty about the situation that they're in at this moment, right? So she's saying, be the best where you are right now. So if at this moment like you have a job that you're not truly passionate about, still be the best where there. Be grateful, serve people to the best of your abilities, because that's gonna raise your energy, right? It's gonna raise your vibration, and it's gonna help you attract new opportunities, new people, new business partners even, that are going to take you to the dream life that you want to. But you just being complaining and just being nagging all day long is not going to attract that. It's just going to attract more things and more people that makes you feel like that. So it's very important to be the best, do the best where you are right now, because that is paying your bills. So that makes total sense, and you want to start attracting things that are going to make you feel grateful, right? On number four, sorry, I have to read this because I don't want to miss the steps for you guys. On number four, she talks about you do not need to reinvent the wheel. So by that, she's saying is you don't need to create your dream life from scratch. What you can do is look around and see what other people live, like how other people live lives that you would enjoy, right? So if there's somebody that maybe somebody's on social media that you're kind of jealous about, and you're like, oh my God, I wish I could live her life. Start looking at what are the things in her life or in their lives that turn you on, okay? So if there is somebody that you're constantly like, oh my God, they're so lucky, they must be so happy, start looking at the things that they're doing that make you feel like that. Is it because they have a solid routine? Is it because they don't have a solid routine? Is it because they get to travel the world? Is it because they get to make money using their creativity, doing music, arts? What is that they're constantly doing that you're like, oh, I wish I could do that? So that's gonna help you figure out a lot of the things that you're passionate about. And she ends that part with, make sure that you're going to places and doing like activities where you're gonna find people that are like that. They're gonna share the same interests than you, right? You wanna put yourself in that environment so you can start making friends and connections in the environment, right? Being around other people that have the same interests than you. Number 5 is don't get caught up in the hype that you should have just one calling that comes to you mysteriously in a dream. So that made a lot of sense, because the way she's explaining this is that you might have a bunch of different callings through your life, through your experience, through your ages, right? As we're aging and we have new life experiences, we have a lot of different like values, a lot of different things that we learn that we could possibly be making a positive impact on other people's lives. So she says to make sure that you're not thinking that there's like just this one magical thing that I should be doing this my whole life, okay? So number 6, listen to your intuition. Dedicate some time to feel your intuition, to learn about it, to exercise it, to figure out exactly what you want to do and who you want to do it with. And she says one of the best tips that she can give you for that is to spend 5 minutes by yourself, okay? So you can do that through meditation. I think she actually goes on chapter 10. I think she goes a little bit about on how to do meditation step by step, because it seems simple, but there's a lot of little things that you can do to start working on your intuition and getting better with that. Number 7 is to follow your fantasies. If you had an unlimited supply of cash, okay, no limits, no restrictions, what would you do? So the reason she's saying that is because our fantasies or dreams have so much to say about us, right? Like if you think about not having any cash limitation and having all the time in the world, the things that you would do is exactly the things that you're passionate about. So that's an easy way to start looking into yourself and figuring out your passion, your calling, the things that you enjoy doing. Is the last step, and like every other step-by-step that she gives us, it ends with loving yourself. She says, love yourself like you are the only you that exists, the only you that is in this world. So just recognize your uniqueness, recognize how special you are, and learn to love yourself. Chapter 9, she goes on a little bit of a story. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but the main purpose of the story that she's talking about is, she even started with a quote that says, it's better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not, right? So it's better for you to live a life where you're truly authentic to yourself, where you're truly doing the things that you love, where you're speaking how you want to, where you listen to whatever music you want to, where you have the lifestyle that you want to, as long as you're happy. It's better for everybody else in the world to hate you while you're doing something that you love than for everybody else in the world to love you and you be living a miserable life just to put up a front that you think people are going to approve, right? So that's a little bit of the chapter 9. Chapter 10 is going to go into meditation, but I'm going to record that in a separate video. Sorry for the wait, guys. I am loving this book. I just had to catch up on like the recordings for you guys. I hope you're liking this so far. And we have this series, that way you can go back to all the other chapters. I hope you have an amazing day.